Hey guys, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to try to talk loudly today. The weather here is getting really terrible. It seems like the last couple of Fridays we've had snow days, and actually I got a day off from school today. I normally teach on Fridays, and I didn't have to go to work because the city and the county I live in both canceled school, even though it wasn't doing anything. And it's starting to get darker and darker outside, so I want to go ahead and film this video despite the noise pollution, in case it gets darker. But I wanted to show you some things that I got at Bath and Body Works recently, and I haven't really been all that impressed with the stuff they put out for spring. The Tropics collection and stuff last year, I feel like the first year I bought them and got them home, and they were nice, and definitely if you're into that kind of thing, you know, I would encourage you to go and get them. But there's just not really any scent in that line that necessarily appeals to me enough to keep repurchasing it. And the spring candles, they have some really nice ones. I like the lilac one. I almost bought it yesterday. And there was another one, like the green grass maybe, that I really liked. But I mostly just got like some little smaller items. And the first thing I got is the skunk pocket back holder. I couldn't resist. I love skunks, and I have the scent portable in my car. And so when I saw this, I was like, that is so cute. And I like the little rose for Valentine's Day or whatever, but I thought he was cute. And these are kind of expensive. They're $5. I sort of wish I feel like I could justify it more if they were $3. I don't know why that price difference makes any real difference to me. But if it's something really cute that I really like, you know, I usually just go ahead and get it. So I got the skunk, and then I also got, I love frogs. I always have. And actually at Target right now in their Valentine's section, they have a frog that looks similar to this. That's a little stuffed animal, and there's a giant one that's like $20, and I really want it, but what am I going to do with the giant frog stuffed animal? I just think it's awesome. But the frog at Target also has a little crown, like the frog prince. And I'm assuming this is supposed to be a boy, like the frog prince, which is also kind of appropriate for Valentine's Day because people kiss frogs and try to turn them into princes. But this is actually a lip gloss holder. And the day that I got these, they did not have the frog pocket back holders, but I was told that now that they do, of course, so. But I definitely can find a lip gloss to put in that because I think he's super cute. And then the next thing that I got was, I didn't get a lot of the pocket backs because there wasn't anything, you know, really that stood out, but I needed a couple for my purse, and so I got a handful of this one. That's the First Bloom that they put out for spring. And you can already see I've used it quite a bit. At the school, there's a bad, like, respiratory thing going around, but there's also a violent stomach bug going around the preschool. Yesterday we had 4 different kids, or not yesterday, but Wednesday we had 4 different kids throw up. Not in my class, thankfully. I actually refused to let my kids go to gym and told them we were going to play in the room because a kid threw up in the gym, and then as I was going down the hallway to make some copies, there was a kid throwing up in the hallway and in the bathroom. And then there was another girl that reported she had some kids throwing up in her class, so it was like all kinds of exorcist stuff in there. And so I did not let any of my kids socialize with anybody else. But anyway, this smells like, it really doesn't smell like anything. It definitely is floral, and kind of a clean smell. It really just reminds me of like a floral scented shampoo. It smells a lot to me like, not necessarily herbal essence, which by the way, they brought back the old scents and the old shampoos, and I totally bought those at Target and was beyond excited about them, and they smell just as good as they did. But this kind of reminds me of that, or just like a Suave, just a really, you know, floral shampoo is exactly what it smells like to me, soap or shampoo. Nothing really noteworthy about it, but it is nice if you just like a clean scent. And I feel like it's not so girly that, I know at church, Andrew and I always use hand sanitizer as we're leaving because we shake hands with people, and that's a scent I think that a guy could use, other than the fact it's hot pink, and not, you know, really be bothered by the girly scent. And then the next thing I got, and I was really disappointed because I've been told 3 different dates for when the America's Sweetheart collection actually comes out in full size. I first was told they were coming out like like the 15th of January. So I went that day. They didn't have them. I went back, was told they were coming out the 23rd. Went that day, they didn't have them. And then I went yesterday. I didn't buy anything yesterday. This is actually a haul from a week or two ago that I've been waiting to film. Went with my sister yesterday to see if they had anything new, and that girl told me that they would be coming out the 4th. And so I'm just like, get it together, Bath and Body Works, on your release dates, or have them make sure that your staff is knowledgeable about them. And that might not be Bath and Body Works' fault. I don't know, but I was just kind of aggravated. But I got 3 of the previews of the America Sweethearts, or whatever the heck they're called, scents. And the only thing is, I will say that they're really odd. The smells are definitely strange to me. The packaging reminds me of some 80s stuff. I saw on a blog or something where someone had commented about these if they thought it looked like a first grader had drawn them. And I don't know about that. My preschool class, they could probably come up with something similar. I don't know. My class likes to draw people on fire, so there would probably be a man on fire if they drew it. But I don't know how I feel about the packaging. Like, I love the colors. They're definitely appropriate for Valentine's Day and the end of winter, early spring. But they're just kind of different. But this one smells like, and I've actually been wearing them a couple of days, so I could give you a hopefully decent review. But these are just very odd. This one to me does not smell like Daisies or Dreamgirls. Every time I hear the name, I always think of that movie Dreamgirls with Beyonce and that song, We Are Dreamgirls, We Are Dreamgirls. But anyway, now that'll be stuck in my head all day. This one, Daisy Dreamgirl. I'm trying to open it without shaking the camera too much. I really need to invest in some better camera equipment and a setup, but that's all right. But this one, it smells really good. I like this one. I think a lot of people won't like it because it's incredibly floral. But to me, and it smelled the same way when I wore it, it smells very, very similar, at least to me. And I'd be curious if anyone has smelled these, if they think the same thing. But I feel like this is just a lighter version of the sunflower scent that came out last spring. Like, I don't know. I mean, I put them on my arm side by side, and at least to my nose, they smelled almost identical. And I was kind of like, it's interesting, because I want to say, no, never mind, that was Apple Tulip. I was going to say it was Apple Daisy, but it was Apple Tulip. But this one smells so similar to the sunflower one that came out last year. Like, it really could be a cousin or a little brother or something. The only difference in this one is lighter, and there's not that like orange note at the end of it like there was in the sunflower scent with the citrus. But I mean, it really smells like it. And some people have been saying that this smells like the Coach Poppy perfume, and I haven't smelled that in a long time, so I don't really know, but it might be kind of similar. But this is nice. It's a very heavy smell when you first put it on, and as you wear it, it gets lighter, and more wearable and not quite as strong. But very, very floral, very much like the sunflower scent from last year. And I was trying to think, there's a little bit of like a kind of a sweet note at the end, but the only thing I'm smelling is the sunflower scent. And so, call me crazy, that's really what I'm smelling, which I liked that scent. So to me, this one was nice, and I probably will get like the large lotion and the shower gel, but I don't know, I think it might be a dupe. And then the next one is the Berry Flirt. And some people are saying this smells like the cherry vanilla. I don't really get that as much. Again, I'm trying to open it and I'm struggling. And this has, I guess these are cherries or berries. It kind of looks like something you would see under a microscope. Berry Flirt. And this one I like. It definitely, I mean, I could see where people compare it to the cherry almond. It's much, much lighter and much less cherry than or not cherry almond, cherry vanilla, whatever the heck that thing was called. It definitely does smell like that. It's like a lighter, and it has like a powdery scent to it. It's nice. I definitely think people will like this one, maybe more than the Daisy, because it's not as, it's a lighter scent and not as heavy. But it kind of smells, it reminds me of something from childhood, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Let me spread this on my, I don't know. I always laugh at people when they smell lotions and candles in their videos because they look crazy, and then here I am doing the same thing. But yeah, it's not as like berry as you would think. It's definitely more powdery. I think that's what I'm gonna say. It's a like a baby powdery version of cherry vanilla with less cherry and not that much vanilla. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Like I said, these are so strange. This is like one of the strangest collections I think Bath and Body Works has come out with. I almost feel like they just took old scents and just kind of like took something out or added a tiny little bit of something. They're definitely not unique. They're just weird. But yeah, this one, I don't even really, like, it's weird because you smell a vanilla when you first smell it and then you don't smell it anymore. I think these are just some, you're probably going to have to smell in person. But I definitely smell a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of cherry. Not very much vanilla at all, and a little bit of like just a powder kind of smell. I know I'm not making a bit of sense. The last one is Honey Sweetheart, and I guess out of the three, I probably like the packaging on this one the most, just because it's very girly and bright. And I used to hate neons, and lately I've been kind of into them. But, okay, not get this sucker open. But this one was the weirdest of all. Honey Sweetheart, I really had high expectations for. And when I first smelled it in the store, my store had the previews out to smell, but not for sale, like around Christmas time. And it's just the strangest thing. I really expected this to smell like honey or vanilla, or I really was hoping for like a kind of dessert sort of smell, and that's not what this is. When you first smell it, it really smells like, and Andrew thought the same thing, I think this one smells like Play-Doh. It really reminds me, when I first smelled it, I was like, see, this is so confusing, I don't even know how to explain it. When I first smelled it, I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I put it on my skin and I was like, it smells like Play-Doh. Definitely smells like childhood, like legit Play-Doh that comes in the little tubs. It does have like a sweet smell. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as honey, but it definitely has like kind of a vanilla smell to it, which is nice. And I do like this scent. I don't know that I will wear it all the time, but I like it, and I think some people will probably enjoy it. But I smell honey, and when I first smelled it, it had like a little bit of a sweet tart smell. And so when you put it on your skin, the problem with the sweet tart smell is, at least for me, when I first put it on my skin, it almost smells like kind of sour, or like a body odor kind of smell. I know you guys are like, what the heck? But that goes away. When you first put it on, it's like a lot fruitier and a lot more sour, which is random because I don't really see a honey sweetheart being that way. But the longer you wear it and the more you have it on your skin, the more it smells like Play-Doh. It has just like that sweet, like sweet and salty Play-Doh smell to it. And I know that sounds really crazy, but it smells like Play-Doh to me. But anyway, that's what I got. And if you have any questions about these, I can try to help. I'm sorry, these are like the strangest scent descriptions I think I've ever done because these are so odd. But if you've got anything cool at Bath & Body Works or had different opinions on how these smell, let me know, because I'd be curious to see what you think. And sorry this video is a little longer than I planned. Those are very hard to describe. Stay safe in all this crazy weather, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.